to our channel Hello Science. Hi, my name is Shulaikto Hazra. Today we will discuss about the central and autonomic nervous system of the entire human body, which is also included as a invertebrate and as well as vertebrate. So, invertebrate and vertebrate as well as it will supposed to be discussed as a conductor receptor, as a conductor, and as well as receptor, and in the effector as well as it is happen towards that. So there's many kind of receptors are there. Heat receptors are there, and many kind of touch receptors are there, and there is also receptor called functional receptors and as well as reactive receptor. And there is also receptor receptor, especially seen in the vertebrates in there like that. Means what are the efferent and efferent nerves are there, it will happen as well as in terms as a receptor when it will come and in terms of the heat, and it will react it as a heat, so it will it will do as a heat receptor kind of thing. So three kind of things are there: conductor, receptor. So here it is the conductor, receptor, effector. So it will conduct it to the synaptic nerve into the central nervous system, and after it will comes down towards the autonomic nervous system. So we also know that our spinal nerves have containing about the 30 pair of nerves, and our cranial nerves, which is 12 pair of nerves, including mixed nerve, afferent nerve, and efferent nerve. So mainly here in the conductor and in invertebrates and vertebrates, intervertebrates, invertebrates and vertebrates having the conductor mainly functional funda, which is the functional propagation. Mainly role in conductor means it's conducted towards the tissue to tissue conducted, and it will go towards the receptor and to the conductor functional propagational area. So receptor, what they supposed to do? It takes parts of the receptor and receive the efferent and efferent nerves, and it will allow to the receive any kind of pressure as well as sensory as well as heat receptor, and it will receive the target organ. So it will have some kind of receiving organism. So receiving organism. Effector, it affects as the target organ and target receiving cell or any kind of enzyme. It will happen over there. So in the neuroglial as well as you can say in the synaptic region. So it will happen over there. Synaptic region. So in effector, it acts also like a stimulator. So when it is supposed to body it comes under to the some kind of stimulation, so it will happen over there. Synaptic region formation in the target organ. And there is some external and internal receptor are there. Okay, external and internal receptors are there to evaluate the synapses formation. So external and internal receptors are there for heat receptors. Heat receptor heat receptors are there. For heat receptor mainly whatever the corpuscle is supposed to be act for passage corpuscle, and for touch receptor Malpighian corpuscle, Passerigian, Malpighian, those are the Malpighian corpuscle are responsible for the touch receptor, and for the rod cell and cone cell, it will affect on the optical region in the eye region, which is the optical region have the responsible for the rod cell and cone cell. For eye, or you can say the optical receptor, rod and cone cell. Rod and cone cell for the receptor. Those are the some kind of examples are supposed to be there, and for our tastery and sensory receptors are all there. We can be able to smell by the help of olfactory receptors. Those are the comes under the cranial nerves. So it will affect in here those kind of external and internal receptor. So we can able to know that whatever the external and internal receptor is there, so it can be affect as well as in brain, in synapse, as well as central and autonomous nervous system. So I will make it up of it. Our later on we will know that we need to know that whatever the nervous compound, mainly nervous system compounds are there. So nervous system compounds. So mainly it is functional units is not neuron. So whatever the neuron is having the functional barrier. So there is some envelope over the meninges. Meninges is a head perimembrane, and it is the extrapyramidal characteristic area. So in the extrapyramidal hypochondrial region, the brain having the characteristic layer of depth, dura mater, arachnoid matter, pia mater, from outer to inner. So in the over this layer, so meninges is over the internal region. Depth. DAP we are able to know the meninges. Meninges means it is the envelope of cranium, envelope of brain, you can say, as simple as that. So in envelope as a brain, D stands for dura mater, from outer to inner. Arachnoid matter, and P stands for pia mater. So by going downwards and by going inner layer, it will become thicker and it will become fibrous layer. So it will make sure that it should not be damaged from the internal side. So dural layer is also having the hypothalamus and the cellular layer. It does not come across the blood-brain barrier. So which is across the blood-brain barrier, which is the pia mater, in between arachnoid mater and pia mater, which is subarachnoid space in between dura mater and arachnoid mater, and subdural space. Subarachnoid mater is arachnoid mater, in between arachnoid mater and pia mater, which is innermost layer, and in between it is you can say it is a gray region. In between arachnoid mater and the pia mater. So here is also another region which is dura mater and arachnoid mater. So in between there is some hollow line and gray zone is over there. So that is known as subdural space. Okay. So there is some 7 kind of components are there. So it does not occurrence in the blood-brain barrier. So it should be it mainly entered by the blood-brain barrier, and it is the main entity over the nervous system and all over the nervous system compounds, which is nerves, neuroganglion, spinal cord. Okay, neuroganglion, and also nerve is also there. This nerve. should be nerve, sorry. Nerve, neuroganglion, spinal cord, and cranial nerves, spinal nerves, synapses. Spinal nerves, so those are kind of features. So it's supposed to be there. So in the mainly functional area, and there's some areal distribution over there in this from the form of the nervous system areal. Okay. So in the total entity over there, nerve, neuroganglion, spinal cord, cranial nerves and spinal nerves, and synapses over there. And mainly I already told you before that, which is does not cross the blood-brain barrier, which is brain. It is the have main the effective role in the nervous system compounds. So those having the effect of the as well as efferent and afferent as well as mixed nerve in the form of the irrespective of the respective area and respective compounding features, like any kind of heat receptor, any kind of touch receptor, any kind of feel receptor, any kind of olfactory channelization, and any kind of opacification, any kind of visualization. So those are kind of the respective area is supposed to be target organ, and target region is supposed to be there by the help of ECH receptor going over there, acetylcholine receptor, and it is having the functional receptor. It's going via neuron to neuron and dendrites to dendrites. It's via across to the dendrites to the axon hillock, and the region of the axon hillock it's going after towards the axon region, and it's functioning towards the various receptor of our body. So here we will describe the mainly structural, which is structural and functional unit of the neuron, which is mainly neuron. I will going to elaborate the structural effect of the neuron and structural character of the neuron. So we will discuss about the structure of the neuron. So here we will discuss about the axon, dendrite, and there is some axon hillock over there, and in between the myelinated sheath, there is a group-like structure which is known as node of Ranvier, which is mainly the differentiate with the other neurolemmal junction, and as well as intact body, it will differentiate into the both of the part in respect of the Schwann cell, and in order to all of the neurolemmal junction, it will over there in the as the way of the Schwann cell region. So like I will picturized over this. You can able to draw that. Mitochondria, those are the mitochondria, those are the JB apparatus, and these are the axon hillock. Okay, so those are the neurolemma region. Okay, in between two lines, there is some known as node of Ranvier's group. Okay, and this is over there. Schwann cell is situated. And those are the in between there is some cytoplasm over there. So identical neuron structure will be like that. It will enter towards the body, it will elaborate towards the region. Okay, so it will like that. So it will dendrites. Dendron. single unit known as dendrites. Okay. So one cell, that is junction, is known as neurolemma. So I will supposed to be elaborated by the two lines. So lower line, which is the deep part, which is known as medullary neuron, and superficial part is cortical neuron. So in between two groups, there are some groups like structure. So in between, there is some new cytoplasm is over there. Cytoplasm is over there to the functional area, and it will in the blood-brain barrier. It should not be across towards the blood-brain barrier, because it is junctional towards the axon and towards the dendron to the other neuron axon area. So it will like that. Other neuron axon area, it will attach like the dendron. So data and communication cell and the reactive cell, it will go across towards the ACH via dendron towards the next it will link to the other axon of the neuron. So it will interlink towards each other. So it will channelized enter the thing by the help of ACH secretion and ACH moduling, and as well as axon dendron synchronization. Okay. So it will like that. Other neuron is attached with the axon of the last dendron. Okay. It is neurobrain. So mainly this is the mainly identical structure of the neuron. So it will help to elaborate for the functional characteristic neuron cell. So it will able to determine the functional characteristic of the specific target organ. Target organs means it can be affecting as a reactive result, as in order to result of the how much pressurized and how much effective reaction is there for the other point of view. Whatever the person is supposed to be getting, any kind of feelings, any kind of additional heating, or any kind of additional feeling emotional index. So it will be acts like as a neuron. It's known as also a sickle neuron, and it will, for hyperactive neuron, it will become feeling any kind of accessibility, any kind of exertion, any kind of provocation. It acts as a hyperactive neuron. Okay. So I will come after that. Now I have to go for the what are the blood-brain barrier. Its apex when the neuron junction as acts in a synapses level. Okay. So in the blood-brain barrier activation, so we have to able to know that what is nerves, what is the mainly nerve acts on the blood-brain barrier system. So in the nervous system, we know that there is some epineurium and there perineurium is there, and the endoneurium is there. So epi in the upper layer is known as epineurium. And in there are some small microfibrils and neurofibrils are there. So neurofibrils it crosses across the blood-brain barrier. So there are some start cell over there. It is situated like that. So it will like that. So if I do it minorly, so if I do the magnification of that, so I will elaborate over here. So it will like that. That is known as perineurium. Upper and superficial part is epineurium, and inner part is endoneurium. That is inner part. That is endoneurium. Endo means inner. Epi means outer. Endoneurium, and it is perineurium. So in the magnification, we can able to see that there are some lots of fibrils are there, so it will like that, it will small standard things. So it is standard things acts as a mixed nerve and motor nerve as well as sensory nerve. So it will go and senses the particular effect in the originator region as in the form of the efferent and afferent nerve, which is sensory and mixed nerve. So it will standard like that. So it will standard like it is there, and it across the blood-brain barrier. So there is 5 kind of nerve systems are there. There is 5 kind of afferent and efferent nerves are there. So those are motor nerves. So motor nerve, what does that do that? So it will go towards the CNS. After that it will motor nerve. It does directly go to the sensory nerve. It will first sense that thing. After that it will go to the CNS. Then it will comes across with the sensory nerve. So it will directly goes towards the sensory nerve. Directly go to the CNS. To the CNS. Then to the sensory, that is known as motor. That's why it is mainly function as a autonomic nervous system. It is mainly regulated as in the autonomous nervous system having the effect. Second is sensory nerve. So I will able to write there, so I have to write it down. I will be able to picturize that more. So sensory nerve is directly go to the sensorium receptor. Means if you supposed to be pinch over there, so it will directly go to the pinching region and the level of depolarization and the level of target region. So it will go over there first. Then after that it will triggers the CNS. Then it will comes across with the ANS autonomic nervous system, and then it will relate towards the cranial nerves. Okay. Directly go to the sensory region. Okay. And then mixed nerve. Mixed nerve, it will mix response. It having the nervous in like the vagal nerve. It is the 10th nerve of the 10th cranial nerve. So it will act as well as sensory as well as motor nervous system. It will come across with a response as any kind of thing, any kind of regionally aspect. It will react. Okay. Both having mixed and sensory nerve, and medullary nerve and non-medullary nerve. Medullary corpuscles is there in presence of medullary nerve, and non-medullary nerve has not any kind of presence in the medullary corpuscle. Non-medullary nerve, absence of medullary corpuscle. Okay. So I will tell you after that cranial nerves formation, which is the 12 pair of cranial nerves, which having the characteristic features of the mixed sensory as well as motor nerve. Okay, so it will suppose to be a cerebral hemisphere. It is cerebral hemisphere. It is pons. Nebula oblongata is there, and here it is spinal cord is coming over there. So it is cerebellum. It is cerebral hemisphere. It is like that. It is gyrus and gyrus. So gyrus and gyrus is there. So the cerebellum. Cerebral hemisphere. This one is first and second ventricle. If you translate like that, there is a first and second ventricle. And those are bilateral, which is two lateral ventricles are there. Okay. So in this reactive part, we can able to elaborate those are the 12 indicatory cranial nerves, which I able to evaluate, and it is the end of the part 1. I will elaborate the next function and the sensory and synapses region and the part of the spinal region into the next part of the session. Okay. So I will firstly start with the olfactory. Optic, oculomotor, trochlear, trigeminal, abducens, seventh is facial, 8 is vestibulocochlear, 9th is glossopharyngeal, 10th is vagus nerve, 11th is spinal accessories, and 12th is which is spinal accessories and hypoglossal. So those are the 12 nerves, 12 pair of nerves. Okay. So it will conclude the mixed as well as sensory as well as mixed nerve. Only mixed nerve is only vagal nerve. So it will react. I told you before that it is effective as well as receptor as well as index region in order to the reactive region, in order to reactive area, or in order to an area of index. It is mainly effects in the area of highlightness. So it is effect over there. So thank you for all of your kind attention. Please do like and share and comment down below and subscribe to our channel Helm of Science. Thank you.